Hello again and welcome to lesson 2 of the 英会話授業 online lessons for Meishu Gakuen Hitachi Koto Gakko High School here in Hitachi. Today's lesson is all about pronunciation. Pronunciation in English, or eigo de no hatsuon. Okay, so we're going to practice pronunciation in English, and it's a very, very simple lesson. So let's get going. First of all, in lesson 1, we learned that in Japanese, there are some words from the English language. Gailaigo, wasei-eigo, for example, all come from either English or German or Italian. We also learned that different languages share words. So what we're going to do today is first look at some words which sound English but are actually Japanese, or words that sound Japanese but are actually English. So these are our goals today: to understand that languages change in time, to know that different languages share words, and we're also going to look at ways to speed up your English. So we're going to look at ways to speed up your English. So instead of talking like this, we will look at different ways to learn how to talk a little bit faster and a little bit more naturally. And in fact, if you talk very naturally, you sound a little bit like a native speaker. Things like speeding up your language, dropping consonants, and so on and so forth. We're going to look at that today. Okay? Okay, so let's look. Here we have English and Japanese mix. And as a result, Japanese has a lot of gailaigo or wasei-eigo. Okay? So gailaigo are called loan words, and wasei-eigo are words which sound English but are actually only used in Japan. So the very first challenge today, please look at your printout and do the first problem set that I have prepared. It's all about words which have the same sound, but do they have the same meaning? So hatsuon ga onaji dakedo imi wa eigo to nihongo de imi ga onaji ka? Sono koto o yosou shite kudasai. So the example, pan. Nihongo de pan wa pan taberareru. Dakedo eigo de pan wo kiku to tabemono to omoimasu ka? Sou to omou nara onaji wo marutsukete kudasai. Omowanai to omou nara onaji de wanai marutsukeru koto desu. Okay? De, kore yatte kara動画進んでください。Okay? とりあえず一時停止してください。はい、問題やってください。で、今からまた英語を話します。Okay, so just take a look at the printout and try to guess, do these words, pan, consent, high tension, one piece, do these sounds mean the same thing in Japanese and English? If yes, onaji, circle. If no, onaji de wanai, circle please. Okay, and maybe you're done by now, so let's watch the video. So, 次のローマ字で書かれている言葉を見て読み上げてください。日本語または英語でこういう言葉の発音を聞くと、同じ意味か違う意味が表しているか考えてみよう。So that's the challenge you have to do. So let's look at the answers. First, the example. Bread. Oh, pan. Pan. In Japanese, pan, you see bread in your head. What about in English? Well, in English, when you hear pan, you don't think of bread. usually you're thinking of something like fry pan, a frying pan. So let's look at the rest of these challenges. The next one is consent, or Japanese pronunciation might be consento. Now in Japanese you think consento, but in English it's actually hai dozo. It means kyoka saseru toka, to give permission. So consent means go ahead. Cider. In Japanese, something like mitsuya cider, tansan sui, tansan mono. Anybody can drink it. Even kids can drink it, adults can drink it. But in English, cider is also a drink, but it's alcohol. So you have to be over 20 to drink cider in English. What about fight? Well, of course, fight in Japanese kind of means gambare, gambare, makeru na, kind of thing. But in English, fight literally means fight. Boom, boom, boom. It's no good. What about mansion? In mansion, Japanese, in mansion just means very big apartment block. But in English, mansion means very big house. Mecha mecha okane mochi hito no ie. What about high tension? In Japanese, high tension is like yeah, 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 woohoo, yeah, 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 blah, blah, blah. But in English, high tension means stress. I have tension, high tension. So Japanese high tension is yay. English high tension is kind of meaning. So maybe you think your English isn't good. Maybe you think English pronunciation is very, very difficult. Maybe you're always going nigate, dekinai. Well, the truth is, you don't need to worry. If you practice, you will improve. And also, there are tricks to improving and tricks to help people think your pronunciation is good. And we're going to practice those now. So how? How do you improve pronunciation? How do you become fast at English? Well, one hint for improving pronunciation is just to go fast and don't worry about making mistakes. So again, if you go slowly, you will think about everything. But if you speak quickly, you won't be thinking about anything. So even if you make a mistake, you won't even be worried about it because you'll have proceeded on to the next thing. Let's begin. Okay, so 英語の発音が難しいと思うなら、早く喋ればいい。発音ミスを隠す。My bad Japanese. Sorry. The truth is, if you speak faster, you will miss pronunciations, but you kind of hide them by your speed. So, the faster you speak, you're able to hide pronunciation misses. Okay, let's watch the next video. It's going to maybe echo a little, but I hope not. But anyway, here goes. Please enjoy.
When you speak in English, we use our hands and we use emotions to express ourselves. In fact, if you speak any language, you can use your hands and you can use your emotions to express yourselves. More so in English. The question is, should I speak fast or should I speak slow? It's a good question. Well, let's see. If I were to speak slow like this, hello, my name is Jazz. Loyal. This is bad. This will cause a lot of problems. Not only will you look incompetent, people will think that something is not working here. However, what about this way? Hello, my name is Jazz Loyal. Today I would like to talk about technology, quantum physics, and a variety of other subjects. You see, this is good.
Okay, so this gentleman suggests that you should not speak slowly. You should speak quickly, because speaking quickly sounds natural. Also, when you speak in English, you should use many gestures. Da-ba-ba-da-ba-da, kind of thing. Gestures help understanding. So try to use gestures when you speak. Try to use gestures when you practice. Gestures are good. Okay, so let's move on. Hayaku ieru kotsu. So, speaking quickly hints. So, speaking quickly hints, or kotsu in English is also called a trick. Okay, so tricks for speaking quickly. One of these is when words follow each other, but the last letter and the first letter of the next word are similar. For example, words ending in T and the next word starting in T, words ending in D starting in D, CK starting, the next word starting in C, or M, and so on, with the next word starting with M or ME or SME or so on. So for example, in this case, the final letter of the first word set disappears. Actually, it becomes soft. 最初の言葉の最初の文字の発音が柔らかくなります、実は。で、T, T, T, D, D, D. So, that town, katakoto, that town becomes that town. That town. So it's almost like these letters are joined together by like a chisaitsu in Japanese. That town. So let's practice. Okay, listen to all of these and then practice saying them aloud yourself.
Hot tea.
Hot tea.
Black coffee.
Black coffee.
A good driver.
A good driver.
Some money.
Some money.
Go with them.
Go with them.
Feel like eating.
Feel like eating. So again, all of the first sections, well, the last letters of the first word set, they become soft or they disappear. So hot tea, no, hot tea. Black coffee, nope, black coffee. A good driver, nope, a good driver, and so on. So let's move on to the next set. Okay, so the next hint is to reduce the H sound. So H ga kieru. So very often in English, we drop the H sound. So if you're saying something in a kind of katakoto, it's like this. Tell him the truth. Give her a book. Should have done. Could have done. Might have done. But if we're talking naturally and faster, very often these H sounds are deleted. So we end up with something like this. Tell him. giver, should have, could have, might have. So let's listen to the CD version and repeat after the speaker speaks.
Tell him the truth. Give her a book. Should have done. Could have done. Might have done.
All right, so if you've repeated that, we'll move on to more. So again, vowels and consonants followed by another vowel. So very often in English, the T sound becomes soft and actually changes to a D when we're speaking naturally. So here's an example. Little by little. Little by little. Or the old damere in English is shut up. So it's very strict, it's very hard. Shut up. But when it's natural English and natural speech, these letters become soft. So let's listen and repeat.
Little by little.
Little by little.
Shut up.
Shut up. So T is very often like a D sound in English. Okay, let's move on. Next, again, katakoto shizen na iikata. Nice to meet you. So T followed by a Y actually sounds something like that. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So again, nice to meet you. So often a T and a Y sound become like a chew. So this example, can I get you a drink? Well, when we go natural sounding, it changes. And the second example, I want you to learn. And when it goes natural, it sounds something like this, both of those. Can I get you a drink? I want you to learn. I want you to learn. So just practice those sounds for a few seconds, maybe a minute. Good luck. Going. Going is often followed by a futeshi, to, and a verb. In English, we can be sharp, katakoto style. I am going to go. なんか怒るときにはそういうふうに話します。だけど普通の会話では自然な言い方はとても違います。So, I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go. Practice that for a second. I'm gonna go. Or what about this? I want to eat. Children usually speak like this. I want to eat. Kind of angry. But more naturally you would say, I want to eat. I want to eat. Okay, so practice that and let's move on. Next. D and Y often sound like J in English. Could you help me? Could you help me? Doesn't sound natural. Actually, could you help me? Is better. Could you help me? Practice that.
Could you help me?
Could you help me? And again, if you listen carefully, the P sound also sounds soft. Slowly, could you help me? But natural pace, could you help me? Could you help me? Another example, did you win the match? More naturally, you'd speed it up and say something different. Or, I read your essay. Naturally would be this. Did you win the match? I read your essay. Try that try that. See how you go. Finally, the SY sound. Again, I'll miss you. Well, actually it sounds like I'll miss you. As you know. Just listen to the speaker and repeat after the speaker, please.
As you know.
As you know.
As you know.
I'll miss you.
I'll miss you.
I'll miss you. It's actually not easy. I prefer to say I'll miss you. Okay? But try anyway. Okay, the next challenge. It's called the speed of sound. And you've got a printout with a lot of sentences on the printout. Can you read those sentences quickly? These sentences are very challenging. Even English speakers practice how to speak English using these sentences. So let's try. Sentence number 1 is all about TT sounds and M sounds and how to soften sounds. So let's read the sentence together slowly. I met 10 people, and in truth, there were really some mean men amongst them. Okay, so I'll read that slowly again, underlining as I go. I met 10 people, and in truth, there were really some mean men amongst them. So try reading it slowly 2 or 3 times. Now I'm going to read it quickly. Can you read it quickly? I met 10 people, and in truth there were really some mean men amongst them. Okay, I'll read that again. I met 10 people, and in truth there were really some mean men amongst them. So try to read that quickly. Don't worry if you can't do it very quickly. Just try. I'll be testing you when we get back to school. Okay, so sentence number 2 is all about the end consonants and the following words starting with a similar sound. So again, I'm going to read this slowly and precisely, and then I will read it quickly. And you try that at home. One man had a black cap and walked thither and hither, reading a book covered in leather. That's difficult for me, to be honest. One more time slowly. One man had a black cap and walked thither and hither, reading a book covered in leather. Okay, so now I'm going to read it quickly, and you try to read it quickly as well. Here goes. One man had a black cap and walked thither and hither, reading a book covered in leather. Ugh, that's difficult. One more time. One man had a black cap and walked thither and hither, reading a book covered in leather. Okay, so try that on for size. Good luck. Okay, I'm moving on to number 3. Sentence number 3 is all about P sounds. I'm going to read it slowly again, and you try to read at the same pace as me, and then I will read it quickly. Please note when I drop sounds and when I put words together to speed up. Okay, so here it goes. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. So one more time slowly. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. And quickly, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. Oh, one more time. Peter Piper, miss. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. That's difficult. Good luck. Try to read that. Okay, finally is the S sound. This is a really difficult one. Lots of people in English countries find this difficult. So let's do it slowly twice, and then I will try it quickly, and then you try it quickly at home. Okay, so slowly, here goes. She sells seashells on the sea shore. The shells she sells are seashells for sure. Okay, one more time. She sells seashells on the sea shore. The shells she sells are seashells for sure. Okay, so this is the most difficult one. I really don't like this, but I will try. She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells she sells are seashells for sure. Okay, one more time. She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells she sells are seashells for sure. Oh, that is so difficult. That is really difficult. Okay, try it at home. Good luck. I'll be testing you when you come to school on this. So really, really try. Good luck, everybody. Finally today, we're going to move on to the letters L and the letter R. These sound very similar in English, and so many people learning English make mistakes in the pronunciation of these. That's okay, but let's try to practice anyway. And this is why practicing is good. Here we have a man, he's saying, I'd like a bowl of rice. So he's asking for rice, and the R sound is like a circle on your mouth, rice. But the lady here, she doesn't hear him very well, and so she thinks he said something different. She thinks he said, I'd like a bowl of lice. Now the L sound is what she heard. L. So rice and lice are different. And what she thinks he wants a tamajirami. He wants lice. So making mistakes with the R and L sound, we should try not to make mistakes with the R and L sound. So let's practice how to pronounce L and how to pronounce R. Here we have L. The tip of the tongue touches the gum ridge behind the teeth. Well, actually, it can touch the teeth. It's no problem. So when I make an L sound, I often have my tongue up here. My tongue touch my teeth. La 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 la. Try that at home. Go crazy. La 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 la. On the other hand, to make the R sound, your tongue goes backwards. And actually, your tongue goes backwards and up a little. So try this sound. And your mouth actually looks like a circle for the R sound. R, 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 r. So the L sound, your mouth kind of makes a line, a little bit like smiling. La 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 la. La 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 la. But the R sound is r, 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 r. Like a dog sometimes. Okay, so practice on. See how you go. Now the next is, here we have a lot of numbers as words and sound practice. So here we have a number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And these numbers, this table is in your printout, and I want you to use that. But let's practice. Each number has a word beside it. So let's practice the words. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Instead of saying the numbers, I'm going to say the words. And please try to repeat the same sound that I make, okay? So, light, light, right, right, lead, lead, stick your tongue out, lead, read, read, lice, lice, rice, rice, lead, lead, excuse me, red, red, lane, lane, rain, rain. So try to practice all of those sounds, because we're going to use these words to guess telephone numbers. Okay? So we're going to guess telephone numbers using these words. So please look at your printout now, and this is a practice. So what's going to happen is I'm going to say a word and I want you to write the number down. So if I say, for example, light, well, light is 0, so in your book I want you to write a 0. And so on. Okay, so let's do it like that. So the first word is light. The second word is lead. So what number is lead? The third word is lice. Red. No, read. Sorry, read. Red. Light. The next is lane. Rain. Rice. Okay, so one more time. Light, lead, lice. Read, red, light. Lane, rain, rice. So what number comes out? Well, it's this number, 0, 6, 4, 3, 7, 0, 8, 9, 5. So by using this table and these words, we can find a telephone number. Okay? So that's your final activity for this lesson. What I'm going to do, I will issue a challenge to you. Write the telephone number. Okay? So, テーブルを参考しながら正しい電話番号を書いてみよう。プリントに書き印してください。投稿日に提出してください。And there are going to be 3 telephone numbers that I want you to guess what I'm saying. Okay? So first I'm going to make the list of numbers, and then I want you to listen very carefully and write the numbers into your book. Okay, so we're ready to go. So let's start on telephone number 1. I'm going to say the words, and I want you to write the numbers into your book. So whenever you're ready. All right, are you ready? Let's go. So here we go. First, light, lice, read, red, lice, right, rain, lice, lice, rice, lice. Okay, so that's telephone number 1. Please convert the words into numbers. Remember, you can watch the video many times. Okay, so let's move on to telephone number 2. And it's the same thing. Use the table, listen to me, and write the number. Okay? So if you're ready, I'm going to say out the words. Convert them to numbers and write, please. Okay. Light, right, lead, light, lane, rice, right, lead, lead, lead. Good stuff. Okay. Remember, you can watch this video 2 or 3 times if you want, no problem. And finally, number 3. Same method, use the table, listen to me, and write in the words. Okay? All right, so, ooh, that hurt. So here goes. Right, right, lane, rice, lice, light, red, red, read. Okay, so remember, please complete all the tasks in this lesson. Write what you need to write into your printout, bring the print to school, and give to me. Okay, so bring it to school and give to me. Okay, that is it for today, folks. Thank you very much for watching this lesson, and I hope everybody is safe and well. Goodbye. Bye. 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 All right, so that is it.